Alright, let's get started here. Got a cup of coffee, trying a new variety of K-Cups, not bad. But just got a package in the mail, and the main reason I put in this order was for the new King Charles coins. So I had an early pre-order once they came out. That was about January 17th, so it's almost been a month. And gotta say, I was really excited when they first came out because a lot of people were thinking they might not come out until later in the year, maybe around June or who knows. But it's been so long, I've kind of lost a lot of that anticipation. So it's worn off a little, but let's check them out. Maybe they'll be pretty cool. And that wasn't all I got. I threw in some other things. Let's look at the bar first. I had to meet the minimum tax threshold, so I had to get a couple things here. Got another 10-ounce Germania mint. These are pretty cool. They seem well done. Got that, so those are nice. I think I like these better than their coins. I mean, the coins they offer are nice, but designs aren't spectacular, and they have quite a high premium. And maybe we should leave the King Charles coin for last. I'll give you a quick preview, but we'll come back to him. Yeah. I threw in one of these because I didn't have a 1-ounce Asahi bar. They look pretty cool, at least I thought so. Add that to the collection. And then these looked pretty interesting. I'm not typically a huge fan of the Buffalo rounds. You know, my personal wheelhouse, what I like to stack is just sovereign government coins. But, you know, if the premiums are a lot lower on the rounds, so be it. Mixed up a little. But, yeah, this was a neat spin on a classic design. I forget who makes these. Maybe it's got the maker mark. Yeah, it says in the corner, unless that's the engraver's initials. I think it's is that BW? Yeah, I think it says BW. But anyway, it's got a nice motif. It's like a kind of a native weave pattern around the edges. Bison looks okay. 1 ounce, 999 fine AG. And then the American Indian looks nice. The only critique, and you know, this is a good round. I like the finish, it's matte, but it's just a little shallow on the relief. But you know, other than that, not bad. I think they did a pretty good job. Just a little shallow on some of the relief. What else? I never had one of these elephants, and from what I've seen, they do sometimes have like a varied quality. Sometimes it looked like they changed the die middle of the year, and then you know, the coins look different. Looks like the elephant's like standing on his legs, maybe? Maybe it goes like that. Proper orientation. Interesting. It's probably like a medallion turn. Okay, yeah, like that. I just threw in one of these. These are a very low premium coin. The only thing I noticed on it, looked like it had fingerprints on it. Or maybe like, yeah, a little bit of milk spotting. You don't usually see milk spotting from this mint. What do they call it? It was like Niue or Cook Island. I think it's made by New Zealand, and Yeah, it's usually pretty good. So I might take that jeweler's cloth, and it was a little bit of milk spot on this side too, I think. Let's see. I might try to clean off that milk spot. Yeah, you can see it's supposed to be highly polished, but there's a little milk spotting. What else? What else? And then I threw in, just for variety's sake, one of these 2023 Noah's Ark, and just a Canadian silver dollar commemorative. I noticed, I was looking at it, they changed the finish. It looks a little nicer on the bird, the dove, and then on the bow. And then they made the coat of arms more of a matte, so it's more like a proof-like look. These coins, they make the date so small, it's always very hard to actually read the date on these. You see a nice shot of the coat of arms there. And I dug out an old one. Believe me, it was on the bottom of my coin stack. It was tough to find this thing, but you can actually see the difference. Let me see if I can focus it a little. Come on. Yeah, this is much more polished on the old one. So it just looks a little nicer actually on the new design. The old one was just kind of hard to see. And same on the other side. I think they changed the finish on the bird a little bit. Wish the autofocus worked a little better on this camera. There you go. There you go. Alright, so I think we looked at everything except the coin of the realm. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Yeah, I was waiting for these for a long time. Queen Elizabeth, she certainly had a long life and a long reign. And despite his age and his maturity and his wisdom from that age and tenure, some people aren't sure if Charles is ready for the throne. Now, speaking as an American, I really don't know too much about it, but some of what I read, he's not as well respected as his mother. A little scratch on that. Royal Mint isn't known for having the greatest quality control, whether it's scratches or milk spots. Milk spots is really an easy fix, in my opinion, but very few places seem to care. Side looks good. Looked like there was a little bit of either fingerprinting or milk spotting on the top, but not too bad. Actually, it's pretty good. We'll look at the other one. Where'd it go? Here it is. Trying not to spill my coffee all over the place here. Fresh blood. Been waiting these ever since I started stacking coins over 10 years ago. It's really a big change. I think the passing of Queen Elizabeth really marks a new era. In fact, if you look back at my previous videos, one of the first videos I did, these were all really poorly put together. Didn't know what I was doing, but one of the first videos I did was talking about what would happen when she dies, and now we're starting, and I say starting, to figure out the long-term effects of her passing. This one has a little bit of, yeah, it's either damage or milk spotting. I brought out that jeweler's cloth because I was going to just try it on the Cook Islands coin, but since I got it out here, the only thing that's kind of reddish rouge, if you get on your white gloves, it can kind of leave a mark, but I'll just show you real quick. I noticed on the top part, okay, on the left part, Let's see. No, it's low. It's kind of lower. Excuse me. Yeah, let's just hit that. Yeah, just see what it does. You don't want to go too hard because you could leave a scratch. Actually, you can see the milk spotting perfectly at this angle. It's on his head, actually, a milk spot right there. Gotta get the light just right, though, to kind of see it. But there's a milk spot on his cheek. Actually, this whole corner of his head. The nice thing about the polished coins, they do tend to come off, actually, if you just give it a little work. Now, if you bought a monster box of these and if they were all damaged, you wouldn't really want to do that, but if it was just one or two, it's kind of fun to conserve a coin that would have been frowned upon, put in circulation, but give it just a little conservation, and nobody ever bats an eye to look twice. Give that coin a new life. That's how you know you're a coin nerd, when you try to fix it up for circulation. Yeah, I'm not going to put too much time into this. If you stuck around this long, you're a true blue subscriber, and I appreciate that. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, fixed it a little bit. Still not perfect, but it's a little bit better, I think. Actually, you see that milk spot right there perfectly. It's on the front part of his face, the whole face, like a mask. It did alleviate it somewhat, though, I think. And if he gave it a little more elbow grease, it would probably disappear mostly. It might take off like 90% of it. But before we get too distracted on that, let's just crack this tube and see what the other ones look like. I'm hoping they look okay, right? Yeah, these some of these Royal Mint tubes really tightly packed together, which is good, I guess. Just gonna throw on another glove for a minute. That's weird. They're usually all facing the same direction in the tube, but these ones aren't. It's almost like maybe someone went through the tube. I don't know. But yeah, these look, at a glance, I say these look okay. It's just bullion. But nice to see the new design. A little worried Canada and Australia may not release the new King Charles. They might try to have a vote on it or something. There may be some funny business, so I wouldn't count the chickens before they hatch. Because, Queen Elizabeth, she's on so many coins, so many modern bullion coins. You see a lot of it with these small islands, Niue, Cook Islands, St. Helena, all these Caribbean islands, and I don't think there's been one other place who's carried this new design yet. So and it's interesting because the Royal Mint pretty much had this effigy going back to like September, October. They knew they were going to use it, so I'm sure they would have told the other places, yeah, this is it. This is the official portrait. It's going to look fine. And if a place like Perth or real Canadian Mint can't put together a new die, you're just changing the image and the wording. It's a little concerning. Alright, so that was this. Like I said, I think it's pretty cool, so it'll be an interesting mix of new coins featuring King Charles. Alright, I'll cut it there, and hope you all have a great day.